Hi everyone, did you realize how amazing the mobile game progress is right now? Even I can't believe some anime game will be playable on a different platform, that we know it has a high quality in game industry. Like on PC, console PlayStation 5, and right now we can enjoy the best anime game on mobile and connect it within one account. That sounds really crazy. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 10 Most Promising Anime Game MMORPG and RPG for Android, PC, and iOS. Azuru Promeilia. This game will break the mobile game's history, even if it's not only for mobile but also the other platforms are playable to access it within one account. Like a console, PS5, Android, PC, and also iOS, these platforms are enough to let us know how amazing the graphic will be. Overall, I love how the game has a very unique gameplay where we should make a good collaboration or teamwork with our pet while developing the character. Basically, it has a palworld mechanism, so as a player, we can capture the monster to become our pet. The pet will be so useful to help us in planting the plant, getting some material or resources, and also hatching some eggs. The player will do an adventure with your lovely pet and switch the character then. After the gameplay footage was revealed, many of the players made a comparison between Genshin Impact and also Azuru Promeilia. No wonder with so much positive feedback of the visualization, gameplay, and mechanism, it will make a huge preference for you all to get an alternative beside of Genshin Impact. Terrarium. Not much information about this game because the gameplay footage is not really clear about it, but for a moment it seems the main gameplay is a shooter based, but the player can ride a robotic machine with an advanced mechanic design on it. The robot can walk on the ground and even fly in the air and lock the target from a further distance. I'm so excited about how this game looks. At the moment, the official channel only has 3 main videos, and for the newest video, I see a huge improvement from the modeling and rendering visual. But after I check on several websites, Terrarium will launch in 2027. That year is way too long and I'm not sure this game can compete with the other game that will launch in that year. Especially the update from the developer is pretty slow. It's been a while since the first trailer, but I didn't see a huge progress from their project. I realized the developer made a difference from the character's body shape, and also right now it looks way more polite and formal. Surely, they want to make sure the game will be accepted on the Chinese mainland before releasing it on global. Virtual Circle. Tenshin Company never disappoint the mobile player because Tenshin is always come with a very innovative gameplay. Right now they make a very competitive fighting game where 3 of the characters will fight each other by a turn. We can select the team freely and train them all to increase the combat power and status point. Surprisingly, the combat battle will be done by an auto, so we don't have to navigate the hero as we like, but the bot will do their job automatically and the winner will be determined by calculating the entire team's power or comparing it. The teams with the highest power will have a higher chance to win the battle. So the player who can do the right team's management status will reach the top rank. So it's a good game for a casual player who prefer to play an idle mode. At the beginning, the prologue looks so interesting because the storyline is way too long to introduce about the characteristic of each hero. I love the voiceover, and my question is, why did the developer only make a female character? Epic Conquest X. This anime game RPG is in development and most of the preview series always get so much great attention from the player, with a high score on the Play Store, and surprisingly, the developer keep making the sequel of this series with a better graphic and more realistic in character appearance and not a chibi anymore, which is that looks so mature. This is what I love from the series. They always try to give a difference to each series. The game's combat mechanism is a hack and slash game with a dungeon exploration that allows the player to explore the area in the story mode. Basically, it has a dungeon base where the player needs to eliminate the entire enemy in every stage, but we need to find out some hint to solve the puzzle and open up the new path. While in the dungeon, the storyline will always show up, with a nice special cutscene to represent the story. Through this way, it will help the story deliver easier then. The combat mechanism is pretty interesting, switching the character and making your favorite teams line up before starting the combat. The energy for an ultimate skill will refill once we launch a skill, and the basic attack will recharge the skill gauge meter. This button can be used frequently though. Epic Conquest X is in development now. It should be the best ARPG in mobile with a small game size. Mongal Stardive or Mongal Stardive. This game will be your best list you should anticipate as one of the best action RPG games on mobile. The game has a very good vibrant art style with a charming and dynamic combat base that is inspired from an anime fantasy world. But before I continue, I will tell you earlier if Netmarble is the developer behind this project. I really hope they make it as no pay to win game because we all know how the track record of this developer is. With a cross-platform base, it will easily engage the player to play it with a more massive number. But once you see how the graphics look, then I'm sure your eyes will be spoiled. It's because it was made by the Unreal Engine 5, which is the most powerful games engine right now. The game's combat mechanism is a triple tag team action, which means you can switch the heroes between 3 allies members. Some action need to be learned about, like a counter-attack, dodge, and also stun. Upgrade your hero's power through synthesize system that you can do by capturing the monster first and fill up the monster codex to unlock a unique power. Mongal Stardive is a top action RPG that comes with a heartwarming visual and dynamic combat level. Honor of King's World. This is one of the most anticipated games on mobile and PC. You should know how well the game has polished with an interesting fast open world action RPG based in a realistic ambience, environment, and also terrain variation. The cinematic look is perfectly blended in 3D visual. I love how they try to combine the sci-fi design with a traditional concept. As a player, we can do an exploration in a huge world map. Swimming, running, climbing, unleash the zip lane to move from one area to a certain area in a further distance. And even you can swim into the under of water and see how beautiful the world is. We'll face against a mythical monster in a Chinese team. We can make a team up to fight against the world boss in a dungeon raid to get a rare material. The combat mechanism is pretty addictive because we can make a grapple action while in the air and trigger some action that looks like we can deal a lot of combos before the enemy lands to the ground. This MMORPG look more promising than the other competitor from this aspect. Stella Sora, the first impression I saw when seeing the game's trailer, it has a Blue Archive vibes, especially in the character looks. It's quite similar, but surely the gameplay gets an inspiration from Dragalia Lost, so the gameplay is quite interesting because it has a top-down view perspective, so we will see the entire visual clearly from this angle. If you like a roguelike gameplay, then you can stick on it then. It's more simple, where we only need to eliminate the entire enemy and clear the mission. Get a selection of abilities from 3 optional. Action hack and slash is not the only game we can enjoy because the minigame looks so interesting as well. The music seems so fun and good as a mood booster to transfer the energy. I think I don't have to explain about the mechanism because it's pretty simple without concern about the energy indicator, and you just need to focus on the skills cooldown. Project Sailor. This is a new fantasy game with a turn-based RPG system. Of course, you know if the game will focus on a collectibles character through a gacha base. The game will be set in a new world that just explodes from a mysterious destruction that still become a mystery, and the main storyline is we should take action to revive the new world. The game's combat mechanism is quite complex because we need to see how much SP point that you have that used for releasing the skill. The SP can earn every time we got a new turn. Some strategies need to get attention, like a star element, the weather, and also the rule clause. You need to stay consistent to clear the daily dungeons like a boss raid, guild raid, and also a variety of dungeons to get a different reward. The developer is aiming to release it in 2026. Project Sailor is the best new anime games RPG turn-based for mobile in 2026. Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Finally, the game get the attention back again after a huge failure on the PC version, but right now the game comes with a better optimization on mobile platform. No wonder the game's developer behind this project now is Tenshin. So the main storyline is quite simple about some heroes that has a job to make sure the world on the right path to neutral the equilibrium. Even it's kind of an anime MMORPG, but the combat looks so smooth and dynamic. With a high intention of fast-paced level will easily attract you to play into another level that you never reach. So it's not kind of a tap and click MMO, but need more mobility to control the hero while in battle. A huge world with a beautiful crafting area in a perfect landscape will make you stay in a screen way longer. Overall, it has an advanced concept where the monster and hero has a sci-fi design to represent world transforming into a futuristic fantasy. As a player, we hope it's not a spin-off from PC version. We really need it has an original main idea as before. Hopefully, Tenshin will focus on the storyline as well. Neverness to Everness or NTE. This game will be your best anime game RPG from this list. It's because the game is made by Unreal Engine 5 that's playable on a different platform, which are on console, PS5, Android, PC, and iOS. We'll start in a modern world in a vibrant city that looks so stunning, and you know, the developer are focused on developing the realistic effect like a ragdoll physics. Whatever object you are touching, then the side effect will show up. Make your interesting movement through an exploration in urban city like jumping, climbing, running, swimming, or riding any vehicle. The main gameplay is a fast-paced combat ARPG that has a specific system that we should learn to improve the power through the synergy system on each character. Switching into your favorite character will be the best part while in fighting. So you can figure out about the enemy weaknesses through switching your player role. Trust me, you will have to do so many activities like some minigames, decoration the home or business, and also modify your lovely car. Neverness to Everness or NTE is the best RPG open world anime game 2026. Bonus, White Dream, another new anime game that has a very good action combat that is pretty similar to Snowbreak. I'm sure you will have the same perception as us because both of the game look so identical by the character design, UI icon, and how the combat mechanism. With 3D sci-fi RPG shooter base will make you believe if the futuristic design is perfectly matched with a robotic form of the character design. It has a shooter mechanism. We can create a chain skill between the other heroes that trigger an entrance attack. The burst skill will kill the enemy in a flash but needs some effort to build up the energy. But it needs a high endpoint to run the game in the maximum setting. These all are the best anime, MMORPG and RPG games on mobile and PC in 2026. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks!